Hello and welcome to Eyewitness Report on Channels Television, where your photos or videos make marks, draw attention, and engender the much-desired changes in ways you might not have thought of. The dry season still remains with us. Some houses in Aguda Surulere are getting a taste of flood that is to come. Residents of 9th Mile, Ngwo, Miliken, New Hill Market Road heave a sigh of relief as Enugu State Government comes to their rescue. These and more on Eyewitness Report. I'm Chris Elems. Once upon a time, bad 9th Mile Ngwo Road gets a facelift as the Enugu State Government takes up the reconstruction of the major road. 50mm hot rolled asphaltic movement on 7.3 meter standard road width. A single layer surface dressing on 2.35 meters road shoulders with 150mm lateritic sub-base and 200mm thick crushed stone as base course is the face of 9th Mile Ngwo, Miliken Hill New Market Road, a stretch of smooth ride and hitch-free movement. This road, however, was an impossible nightmare 7 months ago, taking its toll on lives, vehicles and businesses.
The effect of the bad road is that we need to change our shock observers. Customers do complain, and in fact, at the end of the day, you have to go on a drug in order to make yourself free tomorrow. You see, so we have been suffering since then. You enter one pothole, from there to the other, you change shock observer, you change clutch, cable and all that.
I have a bakery that have about 5 vehicles. Almost now and then you repair that vehicle. And most of the problem comes from the accessories of the tires, the ball joints, the other accessories that hold the tire, because of the nature of that road. So that almost every time there's expenses being incurred. And when the vehicle is being maintained, it's not disposed for the business, as far as it's in the mechanic workshop. So it has economic toll it has taken the businesses around Ngwo. So that for every business, for every person that comes from Ngwo, has extra expenses that he incurs because of the nature of the road that is Ngwo Road. So even those people who have private cars, almost every time you see vehicles abandoned on the road because of one thing or the other. Most of the time, the tire will just, pull off and stuff like that.
The 12-kilometer federal road was first built by the colonial masters in 1914 and became at some point the only accessible road for people heading north, west and other eastern parts of the country. According to the traditional ruler of Ngwo, various attempts were made by past administrations to rehabilitate the road, but became abandoned until the current intervention.
When Ngwo came, the present governor, he visited us. We cried to him. Sir, what have we done to warrant this type of road in Ngwo? The interest to the government, the then government of Igbo land, government of Onitsha, government of Anambra, government of Enugu, government, the other governments in Mansuka, everywhere. This is the only road they have. Ngwo promised us that he will say about it. And now we have seen that Ngwo is doing everything in his power to make that road very good. We are grateful.
He saw our plight and know there are industries, poultry farms and economic boom in this area, and came to our rescue. And he's handling this road now. See the excellent state of this road now. And he's still going down to the Miliken Hill. The Miliken Hill was constructed by the colonial masters, the coal miners. Sometimes they carry coal from here to Oji River. And the coal industry gave Nigeria its first image. That was why this road was very much paramount in those days. Now, look at the Miliken Hill. The construction is still ongoing there. They're still working on that road. and we're very happy about it. We are very, very grateful to the governor for remembering us. You see, these people who live here now, they outnumber the indigenous. They outnumber the indigenous more than 3 times. And the governor, in his wisdom, Mr. Akumen, wants to, the township to be, the influence of the township to be reduced. There are so many youths that live in this place now and doing their business in the township. So it's a very wise governor.
The ongoing rehabilitation has not only restored the hope of the people, but created an avenue for them to ask for more.
We appeal to government not just to resurface the Miliken here, but to do some works there so that it can be a bit wider to accommodate people. It's safer than the express. The number of accidents recorded in Miliken here, and if it is compared with the one recorded along the Ngwo, you see the Ngwo incident far outweighs it. So we want to appeal to the governor not just to resurface the Miliken here, but to do some work there to expand it.
The road, which is at 75% complete from both ends, according to the State Commissioner for Works, is gulping the sum of 1.8 billion naira and will take into consideration the concerns raised by the people.
The 9th mile Miliken Hill Ngwo New Market Road is an all-important road in Enugu State. And in the massive road rehabilitation program of Enugu State government, the governor of Enugu State took the bull by the horn that over these years, that road has been left to rot. So in May last year, precisely, the government awarded the contract for complete rehabilitation of that federal road for about 1.8 billion naira. And to ensure that that road is completed on a record time, we split it for 2 contractors. The first segment is from the Colliery end to Ekochin 9 Mile, whereas the second segment is from Colliery to New Market. As we speak now, the road completion for the 2 segments put together is about 75%. And what all we are doing is to ensure that within the weather window, that is the dry period, that the remaining segment will be completed. That is between Colliery and New Market. And I believe by the time you got there, you've seen massive construction work in an attempt to beat the completion. And right now we're on track because we expected that the road will be completed in 12 calendar months. But from what the contractors have done, in the next 3 months, we will complete and commission that road. We have put some barriers to ensure that vehicles don't slip into that ditch. We're also very conscious that the rocky part, sometimes they'll fall off. We put some drainages to ensure that the water that percolates from the rocky area is drained off. So all measures to ensure that that section is properly stabilized and rehabilitated for the use. We are putting all hands on deck to ensure that it is well done. And that is why we've restricted that such that low capacity vehicles like cars, jeep will pass there. The articulated vehicle, trailers, and high axle load vehicle will no longer pass there to ensure that safety on our wheels and our roads are properly maintained.
Good road infrastructure is a duty owed to the people by government at various levels to boost economic activities and ease evacuation of farm produce for both rural and urban dwellers. As government lives up to its responsibility, the residents are expected to imbibe a maintenance culture so the infrastructure could serve its purpose.